7.9, almost 8% currently right now across the board. They take that, they go across the board of the consumer price index. They factor all those pricings in, and it's super interesting. Like they, I always hear this thing where like no one truly understands. No one like there's very small amount of people that truly understands inflation. You know,
I
it's
barely. All I know is prices go up. That's like
yeah,
really what I
we
understand.
know the
So I
basics.
have a lot more to learn.
We know the basics. On average, they're saying that uh, price normal inflation would be the 2 to 3%. You know, and then you just take that. Like, what does that mean, right? People are like, what does that mean? What does that mean? We hear it in the news, but what does that mean? And I wasn't taught this. I had to go learn this. Just take for instance, if we have our W-2s, we have our jobs, right? If our cost of living is at a set amount back in 2021, we had a cost of living. Just say our expenses are 5 grand a month. Um, we have our wages. Next year, we're gonna add let me put on the inflation factor here. So if our monthly expenses are 5 grand a month, next year if we go average 2%, then it's gonna be 5,100 a month. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah,
naturally increases, and so the
that's how it
wages
goes.
are staying flat. Really, the average wage staying flat, but prices are going up. And so, like, if you're just looking at it from afar, how the heck does it make sense? This year it's at 7.9%. So if our $5,000 monthly bill, let's see, what was 7.9? 5,395, guys. That's good. 5,300. That's gonna
Near
be the new
400.
monthly
Yeah,
bill. And that's something to
almost
consider. You're
400.
like, whoa, okay, okay. Now, this is what it took for me to understand inflation, to understand, okay, what's going on? How does it affect us? We thought it was just the banks and the countries doing their thing, and the economy's going, but you kind of just sum it down for like from the way I would understand it, is just okay. Now your prices are going up. Now, how do we beat inflation or combat inflation? Savings account rates 0.01% or whatever, they give nothing, so you're already negative there. Wages are pretty much flat, so you're gonna need to either sell a kidney or no. um, so you got to go figure out, how do we go increase our income at least, or 7.9%, in order to keep up with the inflation, to stay break even almost, right? And so that is a question for tonight. And I was reading some interesting facts about inflation. Let me try to pull it up. It was 25 interesting facts. This is just some. I just did some basic searches on the internet. Um, so I got this average inflation rate, or no, where was it? So yeah, so number three was like the cost, breaking it down on like a 2% rate on a $1 candy will cost $1.02. You know, and then they're just talking like different examples of like the movie Cleopatra cost 44 million to make back in 1963. When you add inflation to it, it will cost 300 mil. So it's just whoa, okay, big difference. This is one I think this has a role. Historians noted that war and inflation go hand in hand. Every war in the last century has brought high inflation, and that's what we're seeing today in today's market. This one I was pretty surprised. Zimbabwean dollar holds a record for the greatest
Greatest number of
number
zeros.
shown on a banknote. What is that? 100 trillion? Four commas, dude.
Million, billion. Yeah, that's trillion, man.
Crazy, crazy. So I mean, just looking up the whole idea, some facts about inflation. I don't want to turn this into an economics lesson, but it does have a direct relation to trading and managing money and hopefully growing money. You know, the other thing I wanted to share tonight was like, say now we have it's 7.9%. Okay, we have to, our goal for our trading this year is to make above 7.9% just to break even.
There you go.
Okay, and then this is I want to share this screen real quick. I've shared this in the Mighty Networks a few months ago. Autumn Gold, this is a website that tracks CTAs, so commodity trading advisors. These guys would be the hedge funds or managed futures, managed money funds, and they trade. They're professional traders. They're big funds, and so I wanted to see. Okay, I just do a comparison. Okay, if our inflation's at 7.9%, what are these guys doing in returns? You know what I mean? So like let's look at this one guy or this one group. Anderson Creek Diversified. They're 11.1% for the year. So they're beating inflation. Then you look at this AP futures here, minus 14.97. This description kind of describes on what they focus on as a fund, what they trade, and it's just interesting. So for when we're bringing it back to us, our individual trading accounts, uh, it's like, oh, I don't feel so bad. These guys have losing times too, and they're managing millions, hundreds of millions. So this is just something to refer to. Autumngold.com. This is a cool website. It's free. You can just see these big capital funds and their track
It really
records. They
puts
have to.
things in perspective. I really like this site.
Yeah, yeah. So remember
Like,
Purple Valley?
yes.
Right, they
How
doing
they doing?
good, man. Let me go see Purple Valley Capital. 37%.
37. Wow.
Hang in.
Macro trend following. There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
So actually, the right side is like their trading style, their
They're
strategy.
trading, yeah, style or kind of what they focus on. So not all
Just
trend following is killing it, right? Like got this other trend following fund 10.8%. But yeah, man, I mean, this is like something real cool to look at. You can just see how these big guys are doing it, how they're performing in this certain climate, because this climate ain't the prettiest, and this is what separates, the good traders from the great traders. You know what I mean? Like, how do we mitigate risk, keep our exposure low? How do we survive? Because having these big swings, these big moves, these big dumps um, across the board, 12% down day on Tesla. I think that's the biggest I've seen in the recent times. You know what I mean? For that particular stock. And so it just kind of gives you guys perspective on um, how they're performing in this environment with the given circumstances when it comes to inflation. 7.9%. Like, we can whine about it as much as we want, complain. Though I think the only way to escape it is to move to another country, huh? I think even then you're still gonna feel some sort of um, effects. Yeah.
I
So
guess here's the question: can you escape inflation?
I don't think you could escape. Yeah, maybe if you're in like space or living off the
Have you guys
grid.
read that book or watched that video, The Principles of Dealing with the Changing World Orders by Ray Dalio? He speaks about inflation and how the changes of powers go to be, and how in the 1700s, the world order with the reserve currency of the Dutch, after they're supporting all their wars and their war with the English, they lost the world order because they kept printing all their currency and inflation kept rising, and and nobody's putting into anything, right? So whole market crashed, their currency went to zero, and Great Britain became the new world order. They spread thin all over the world, and World War II was the nail in the coffin for them because they had to finance all that and enter United States.
Boom.
So now we're doing the same thing. We're printing money, we're trying to police the world, and who's on the way up? That's where you got to figure it out. China.
I need to reread that book. You said
Oh,
Principles
that's a
by Ray
new one.
Dalio.
Here, like I'm gonna put
It's
the
a new
video
one.
inside the chat.
Yeah, Dalio.
Yeah, I need to revisit that one. I read Principles by Ray Dalio like 4 or 5 years ago, and I think it was just so much good information that I wasn't I wasn't ready for
It's
it. So I
dense.
need to go back and read it.
Yeah,
Thank you for
yeah,
that link.
yeah, it's just a good video. It's 45 minutes, breaks it down. Good
Oh,
for
sweet. Yeah, I'll definitely.
Instead of reading the book.
yeah, sometimes.
But I mean, this is just like a piece of the book, right?
Yeah, it's just a piece overview, for the regular person who doesn't want to, get into all the macroeconomics of it.
No, that's an interesting perspective, and Dalio, he's run. I think his fund is the biggest in the world, I believe.
Oh, really?
Bridgewater.
I didn't know that.
Let me go double check. Brad, they're managing like 100 billion kind. Oh, so of course I think they're not touching BlackRock or Vanguard because they're in the trillions, I think. But Bridgewater, 140 billion.
140 billion.
140 billion. They are managing quite a bit of money there, man. Quite a bit. I would definitely check out that video though. That's good. That's good. But yeah, I mean, like when it goes, I think going back to how do you escape it? I don't think you can truly escape it.
Yeah, like you can't run away from it,
Yeah.
Maybe go off grid, it would be the only way, but even then, like
you need
you're
to
gonna have to get supplies.
Yeah, most people are sitting there. That's why commodities are rising like crazy. Gold is starting to run. People are scared, so they want hard assets.
Hard assets, real estate. But I feel like even real estate too, like they've been having an amazing run, but the rates are now rising, mortgage rates.
Yeah, it's starting to go up.
So that has a big, a kind of a good influence on the performance of real estate. It's gonna continue cash flow.
I'll say realistically, how much do you think it's gonna affect Hawaii if the bubble pops? How did it do in 2008? I only been here since 2018.
Okay. So 2008, I haven't particularly looked at those numbers.
I don't know the numbers, but my dad's in real estate and he's not well off, but he told me that in the '08 crash, Hawaii was affected a little bit, on the initial drop, but it quickly rose faster back to medium levels. Bubble.
I think
it's its own market.
It's in its own market, and I feel like the location, because our location, a lot of things happen to us after the fact. It's slow. We get the news slow and the effects slow. So I feel like it wasn't significant like many other housing bubbles. So I just did a quick search. In 2007, the average median price for a single family home was $643. It dropped 20 grand for 2008.
That was hardly anything.
So let me just zoom in a little bit more.
Oh,
okay, so it did drop. It dropped a little bit more in 2009 from.
But Oahu historical data.
Yeah. So this is out there. So it was a low. So almost,
you like you said, it's a lag, right?
It's a lag, right? 2008, it didn't really happen. 20 grand more, and then another 20, so 50 grand off the high, which isn't too significant because, you got to take into circumstances our location, our environment. It's an island. There's only a limited amount of places to build or limited houses supply.
Yeah. And I do think demand's always going to be up with, especially what the pandemic did to the work culture, bringing in remote work. So now you got all these tech people who are in California say, hey, I'm going to go out to Hawaii and live. So the Hawaii is still running. I mean, the demand is still running up.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned, man, a guy who does IT systems, I talked to on the plane, and he's like, Yep, it's my first time in Hawaii. I might pick up surfing, and he's moving out here just because his job, with General Dynamics, lets him. So I mean, exactly what you just said, man. A lot of these people could go somewhere, work, and then just be at home.
So I mean, it's good though. It's good for the market overall, healthy. Yes, it will naturally drive prices up, but that's the cycle, man. We're
It's a
gonna hit some
cycle,
sort of bubble late sooner or later. Bring
always.
back the prices, but you just gotta be prepared. And I was listening to Tillman Fertitta, baller, worth over 10 billion. He says be a cyclical player. So build up some sort of liquidity, and so on the downturn, you're able to go ahead and invest in some things. So because all he said, most of his money was made during those swings back up. Hit the downturn, let it phase out, and then get back in. So um, and that was through real estate. And I think in addition to inflation, trying to beat it, if just talking about trading here, we still got to beat it with commissions and fees and taxes.
Yeah,
So
trading is not for the faint of heart.
And they're thinking about making it harder for us as well, taxing unrealized gains.
I
right,
know, man. What was that? Right? That was a trip, bro.
that's never gonna pass.
Yeah, I can't see that passing.
So if you add all that, right, we're paying 30+% on capital gains, um, plus the 7.9%. Dude, we gotta make like almost 50% gain in order to like make something, right?
Five
Just
zero.
just throwing it like, yeah, if we're trying to if we're trading at the $100,000 account, just for whatever, and then we have to beat inflation, so we have to make 8%, and then we can't
they're short
just
term. They're short term
short term
trades, so
trades,
you're getting that full income
right?
tax, 35% or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
So you're
Yep.
back down, right? So
Yeah.
if you make 8 grand, you're back down to wait, 8,000 times point. If you make 8%, you're and then you get taxed on that 8%. You're down to 5,200, 5.2%. So you gotta figure out how to make that back, and yeah, it's interesting thing, but people are doing it out there. It's possible. Um,
Yep.
it's just
It's totally
the back
possible.
end of trading. It's not. We're not talking about entering and exiting the market right now. We're talking about growing the funds and keeping the money.
Yeah.
You can,
Or if your first year trading, you completely blew up your account and you're writing off that $3,000 a year until you get whole.
that's right.
Yeah.
I totally wish I knew more about taxes back in the day, like to claim those. But when I first started, I didn't even claim my losses, man. I fucked up. But I
Yeah.
wonder if I could go back in time and actually do that.
I
Just
wonder. Well,
everything.
I don't know. Talk to the tax guy. See if he can do like past year's losses, and then just go ahead and
Past year's losses. Yeah,
like
maybe.
add it to. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it'll be that much of a significant
hundred
change.
thousand dollars.
Yeah.
Right
Right.
off.
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you need like documented proof of like how much you lost, like through brokerage statements and all that. But I didn't have like FXCM, and
Oh, they
I don't
didn't give you
even.
statements, huh?
I mean, shit. Yeah, I don't even know my username or anything. Maybe I could recover like an email or something.
Yeah.
Got me wondering now.
But yeah, I that's that. Sam, you in any trades right now, or this week?
No. Actually, I am. I got I got a YOLO trade on Microsoft.
YOLO.
You got a what trade on
Yeah,
Microsoft?
it's a single contract for like $100. If it runs, it's gonna make a couple 100%, or it's gonna ride to zero. It's a gamble. It's not really a
Okay.
trade. I was just playing the earnings, but it's probably gonna get IV crushed. So
Yeah.
either way.
Right.
You're,
You
you're
trade mostly off of fundamentals?
No, I just do price action,
Okay, cool.
key levels, volume profile, 920 EMAs,
920.
and a little bit of flow. But it's just kind of give. It's more confluence. I don't trade based off of flow. It just kind of gives me an idea of what may happen.
Yeah, same. I think we're all on the same boat there. Price action is king right there. But I like to do it like the market dropped today and I was like, man, what affected the market? And so that's where I was just trying to read things. But of course, like everyone or hey, he's eating. He's eating. He's eating. Oh, sorry, my cat is doing crazy stuff. Anyways, yeah, I was just looking up and they're just blaming the war. Like that's war and COVID is like everything. Like the what is it called? The baseline excuse of a lot of things.
I feel
Oh
like
yeah, it's a catch-all. The war is always a catch-all.
it is, but I feel like something else is brewing, you know, that they're not telling us about. Mm.
I don't know. I mean, we got Apple's earnings on Thursday. If it misses, I mean, that whole market's going down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of nuts. You heard about
So
in
that's some of these big players have been running all 2021, and now they're the supply chain issues are real, right? So there's a chance that they're possibly going to miss, especially since Apple's big into China. China's basically freezing everyone out, with their lockdowns.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say right
There's
there.
a high chance that Apple misses, and they just maybe want to lower the blow, or I don't know. Who knows? I don't play the games. I just play what's in front of me.
Exactly. Don't
Yeah.
assume.
We
Yeah, it's
both.
crazy. China's going into like their another round of lockdowns, man. They're locking down cities again.
What's crazy about that, during the initial COVID pop-up in 2020, China was locked down for like 2 weeks, and they're back to normal while the
Yeah.
rest of the world locked down, right?
Yeah.
But now they're locked down while the rest of the world's open.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see what
Very
happens.
interesting. Very interesting.
I think right now a good play is defense stocks like Lockheed and just anything that has something to do with the war machine, unfortunately.
Yeah, energy just had a big drop, but I still think that's going. The war's still going, so I mean, energy rises during wars.
Yeah, it's not
because so the NATO countries, they've invested like the most they have in like years into their military budget. It's it's a big number, and I'll just pull it up. But yeah, so they're just saying like, I think Bloomberg was saying like a lot of defense contracting companies are just going to be rising right now. Let me pull
But
it up.
and then I feel like the ones that will stay or will have like the least amount of blow would be like our commodities or utilities, that we need. Gas, oil, electricity,
I have a
food.
conspiracy.
Okay.
All right, so this whole thing where we're trying to get away from Russian oil, like a lot of the West, because they want to do the like push the green narrative,
Yeah.
Huh? Like go green, like start using
That works great for my work career. I'm in renewable energy.
Nice, man, nice. What company, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't want to say it on a recorded thing.
Yeah, it's all
but
good, dude. No worries. It's all good. Don't even trip.
One of the biggest players on island, building solar plants.
Okay, cool. Nice. Yeah, like solar plants, wind farms. What else? I've heard that they do like current farms too off of like England or something.
Hawaii's looking into current farms to capture that tide energy. We're also looking to do some offshore wind out at Dillingham by the airport up there. So, I mean, there's still quite a bit growing in Hawaii, but across the country, of course, as well.
Yeah. question off how many solar panels would it take to power the whole Oahu?
Ooh,
The
good
whole island?
question.
So, okay.
Tanner, what?
Good
So
question.
currently, the sites I operate are about 110 megawatts. And the amount of power that is on Oahu right now, which is, I don't know, quite a few solar plants, a couple wind farms, and it only accounts for about 3 to 10% of the energy, right?
Wow.
And they're planning on shutting down a couple of the coal plants soon. So they're pushing us to complete plants a lot quicker than we should be.
Oh man.
Ye-
Okay. Yeah, no, they had the initiative. I think 2030, 2040, I think for
Yeah, 2045, 100% renewables.
Hawaii, right?
And
Yeah.
they
And
also have it in their goal to get rid of all gas vehicles on island.
It's
oh
crazy.
wow, that's a noble
Yeah,
goal there. I
Too
feel like
much,
yeah,
they'll
man.
never be able to do that because there's gonna be some people who want them muscle cars, man. Those
Yeah.
good old
yeah.
gasoline, you know?
Oh, there'll always be demand. So start buying muscle cars.
I
Hold
know.
Yeah,
it
watch
until they
that,
do that.
dude.
Hey.
That's
That might
good.
be a market in the future. Like
Yep.
gas cars. Oh my god, you drive a gasoline car?
What?
Yo, how much are
It's
you
the
selling that
bomb.
for?
Well,
300K,
so
bro?
even with that, so starting 2024, I believe, Biden signed a bill that there's a electric kill switch inside all new manufactured vehicles. So demand for pre-2024 vehicles is going to rise.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So the thing
Mm.
is though, right? I feel like say we go because I saw this in a news headline in a few weeks ago for California electric car drivers. They said to try not to use your charger for certain days of the week to avoid like the energy spike. You know what I mean? And so
California's
like
grid is pretty messed up. I'm from California.
it's like telling us when to put gas, you know? So
Yeah.
that whole little thing, I'm like, okay, that's only right now. Imagine if we go 100%, so everyone has all their electric cars, and you know what I mean? Like it's taking away a little more freedom than just the way it is now, driving gasoline cars. So I get that. I get the whole energy. I get the whole save the earth, you know. But there's still you can't go 100%, dude. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Well, Hawaii wants the goal to be the model for the rest of the world. That's what they want to do.
Want to, but a lot of
Yeah.
times when Hawaii politics, well, I don't want to turn
There's,
this into
They
politician.
still working
we
on the
can't turn this into
trail.
a politic.
Iran. I
Working on
mean,
the rail still.
the rail.
Yes.
Yeah. How long has that been? Too long.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll
But
see.
yeah.
Maybe the rail's gonna be finished by 2040. Guarantee.
Maybe.
Guarantee, man. Damn, I was. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's cool. Thank you for sharing all
Yeah,
that.
that's something to look forward to. I feel like yeah, I think that's gonna be a good market to, you know, possibly make some investments in, getting some moves. Knowing that the legislature, the state is that's their initiative. You know what I mean? So they're essentially almost pulling the money towards that direction. And all we gotta do is just ride on the coattails.
Exactly. You just got to jump on, just find the trend, ride the
Ride the
wave.
train.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. That's simple.
Exactly that.
That's simple.
Best strategy in the game right there. Mm.
Speaking of ride the wave, I don't know if you guys look on big on Twitter. There's a investors at TikTok channel. It's pretty funny. You've seen those. There's a couple just talk. You know, people talking trading on TikTok is hilarious. So if you want a good laugh, do that. You know, they're just talking about, oh, if I see a trend, I just jump in and I just get out when it changes directions. It's that easy. And
Right.
that was the market top.
What was it? Sorry, what was that one on Twitter?
It's traders at TikTok are investors at TikTok investors or something like that.
TikTok investors. That's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, they got part of the idea right. It's part of the truth, right? Ride the trend till
Yeah.
it ends. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's like, oh, if I notice a trend, I just jump in, and a few days later, when I notice it turns trend, I can get out. It's like no big deal.
It's funny because like I've asked one of a guy who was telling me like it was a get rich quick scam, and I told him about it, and yes, he came back to me a few months later saying yeah, he was scammed. Anyway, I was asking about him how he trades, and he's like, oh, like what I do is I try to buy low and I sell high. And I'm like, how? Like how? What's your like strategy? He's like, oh no, that is the strategy. And like I was just speechless. I'm like, okay, I know where you're coming from. And then he got into the whole like trying to sell me, like, come on, like what we do, how you make this money is blah blah. I'm like, no, man, no, I don't trust any of this right now. What you're telling me.
Brother, he gave you the key, bro. He's like, buy low, sell high.
The keys of the kingdom, and you just walked away.
Too
It's dangling in
easy.
front of you. Yeah, we'll definitely check that out. Investors of TikTok. Oh, there's always gonna be something like that, man. It's always.
Yeah,
It's
you'll just laugh. Don't get addicted though. The TikTok algorithms will keep you there.
Oh hell yeah. I don't know. Oh man, I got a really great documentary on TikTok. Did I share that with you, Glenn?
No, not yet. No.
Yeah. I gotta share with you guys. It's nuts.
Is
So
it
basically, China owns TikTok, and they used like it was a state-of-the-art algorithms basically, and it was the first social media of its kind to implement it in full force. And it was a trial run under a different name, and it was so popular that China was like, "Yo, let's do this big," and TikTok became that thing. So hold on.
So you're saying like
So
the software behind TikTok is like that pilot thing that they were trying to launch? Is that it?
hold on. Yeah, I'll just copy the link. I don't want to give
Yeah.
wrong information, but here you go. So
Oh.
TikTok is worse than you thought, and it's like I think a 30-minute video.
Okay.
Let me click it. Oh, ad. Got an ad.
Worse than you thought.
Speaking of ad and all that, Netflix, man, that one got wrecked because you're increasing prices, and then you heard about like they're gonna limit or crack down on people who are sharing accounts.
Yeah, the big fall for that one was they they lost users for the first time in 10 years. So
Yeah.
Competition came for them. You have Apple Plus, Paramount Plus, you have all these other pluses. Competition's there.
Yep. Hulu, all that.
So yeah. that's the Michael Berry or against Tesla is competition's coming for the EV market. So that's what everyone's shorting Tesla for. That's why Bill Gates has a $500 million short position on Tesla.
I know. And then he wanted to work with Elon. I saw that. That was crazy, man.
Post, bro.
Ballsy of Bill Gates.
Clown. $500 million short. That's crazy. Yeah, Netflix is high of $700. Now it's at $198. Ooh.
So that's a good argument there. So for investors, the buy and hold crowd, if you bought Netflix 4 years ago and held, you have the same exact amount.
Yeah,
and you would have lost all your gains from 700.
I thought buy and hold works.
I read an article about like the employees themselves, like they want to leave in masses, or it's already begun, because you're looking at employees who's been there for years, and like you said, Sam, it's as if they had no gains at all. And so like it's morale. That's what it was all about. Netflix's morale might be the downfall of Netflix. And it always brings me back to the Batman quote, is like either die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain. And Netflix is like a prime example of that right now.
I don't know. I think we're seeing Blockbuster 2.0.
Oh,
yeah, maybe, man.
Netflix.
Ironically, Blockbuster wanted to, or didn't want to go with Netflix.
Yeah, they didn't want to do the streaming thing.
Yeah.
So Netflix is the one who took out Blockbuster. So now karma,
Yeah,
full circle.
it's
Wait,
insane.
I think they still have like one or two Blockbuster stores out there.
um,
Yeah.
I think they only have one now.
One, yeah.
They
Wait,
closed like that second
oh
one.
for real?
Yeah, I know. I went to one of the last ones in Alaska, or
Oh,
the
you
last
did?
one in Alaska, and I was like the top three last ones, and then they closed that one just a couple years ago. Busters now, but yep. So it's the last surviving Blockbuster, and it's become such a like a niche thing that they become like a retail store too. So you could buy the shirts and buy all like memorabilia and stuff.
Crazy. So, what are you guys' thoughts on what Elon's gonna do with Twitter?
Oh man, just speaking of Twitter, check out his last tweet, man. And you're long DWAC, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
I am. I still got some
Oh,
shares there. What did he say in his last tweet?
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna share screen share, bro.
Let me see.
Surprise. Anticipation, huh?
Participation.
Let's
Oh,
see.
this is insider information, bro.
Oh, what the heck? Oh, he shared like
oh,
a tweet.
he shared the top chart
Yeah,
from Apple store downloads, and True
yeah,
Social's
yeah.
on top of Twitter.
Oh.
Yeah, so True Social is one of the most downloaded apps right now for social media.
I finally got on Truth
Did he
Social.
delete it? What the hell?
I don't know. I don't know. I just seen it on my phone.
I saw it too, man. But now it's like it's not
Huh.
even showing. Oh, maybe it's this.
That one.
No, no. I
Bro,
wonder if he deleted some, or it's just not showing for me
freaking Elon.
because it's April 20th. I don't know. Anyways, I just had the image up here, and then when I refreshed the page, it disappeared.
So, do you guys think he's still gonna just let Twitter run? Business as usual, or is he gonna make drastic changes, or is he gonna shut it down?
I mean, the deal's not going to close for a long time. So once the hype dies, there's a good opportunity probably to buy in.
Yeah,
Write it out.
we'll see. I mean,
Well, no, though. Never mind. They're going private. So
Oh, is he going private? Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that's his
because he owns
plan.
100% now. Yeah.
Yeah.
huh?
Oh. There's
So
Really?
I wonder
Wow.
what the new business model is going to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Because
right now it's ad service.
yeah. Like, what is it?
Yeah.
What is he gonna use it for? So
There's interviews with him though that how much he really likes Twitter. Like back in like 5 years ago, he was talking about like he loves Twitter because like anyone could come on here and just share what they want to share.
mm-hmm. And so that raises the question of is he gonna go for other platforms like Facebook?
I don't know. Facebook keeps falling.
Facebook isn't doing too well,
Yeah,
man.
since the Meta announcement, I feel like they've been in a bear trend right now. So here you go, Glenn. This is what it looks like. So what if here? Yeah, I was gonna bring
Social's
this up.
currently
Another
seeking.
conspiracy is what if he just wanted everyone to transfer to the True Social? So he's like, I'm gonna buy out, buy out Twitter now.
And what if he's just gonna open a major short position and just sell all his shares?
Right.
This guy is like he's 5D, 6D chess, man. He ain't even playing chess. Like,
No, yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
like it just makes you think. Okay, what is this guy up to? No one really can read him. Yeah.
yep, yeah, and like he comes off as like a regular human, regular guy, but just so intelligent.
He needs some regulars working 100 hours a week and sleeping on his factory floor. No, but yeah, he definitely setting an example on like what business um on guy like business people can do, like what kind of big impact they could have. And if he does use Twitter to, you know, because he was talking about how he loves, he's making sure he keeps free speech, and so it's just showing how, you know, he could step out of the business realm or space and just lead that part, which is a big topic in society right now.
Hopefully Elon Musk isn't like the quote we just mentioned, you know, is he's a hero to a lot of people right now, and then
or he might be
ends
really
up
a Bond villain.
I
he
know,
ends up
right?
becoming a villain in the end, and like on Netflix, he'll be the human version of Netflix. Oh man, I hope not. I like Elon right now, you know, but we'll see, man.
We'll see.
I like what he's doing, I should say. I like what he's doing for
I like that
humanity.
he's taking risks, even
Yeah.
at status.
Risks that other companies and major corporations should have and could have done years ago, but Elon did it, and now they're trying to copy Elon, and now they're attacking him. Like, it's crazy. It's pretty nuts. But we live in a simulation, man. It's insane. Like,
hey, so
Matrix.
you think we're living in a simulation? It's like invest in the metaverse.
you know,
Have you guys messed with any of that? The VR, jumping into the metaverse to see if it's worthwhile in the long-term port. I've been slowly adding into my IRA during this downtrend right now. So
are you like buying specific like
no,
crypto, or
I'm just doing I'm just I'm doing stocks. Major companies that are big into it are
oh, I
would be big
see. Yeah,
players
yeah.
into it. So I'm just doing a couple ETFs that are just kind of spread out.
Oh, so there's I'm not even surprised actually. ETFs for specifically like decentralization.
Not decentralization, but in terms of building the metaverse and what they envision it to be.
I see. That's yeah. I'm very, very bullish. Like I think if you guys seen the movie Ready Player One, I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be very close to that reality. So I'm very bullish on the technology aspect, and I could see that coming to fruition in our time or in our lifetime. But as far as actually invested in it, I think that as much investment I have is I bought a couple of Decentraland tokens and like $100 worth, and I'm just holding on to that to see what happens. But I know there's like the metaverse. It's the metaverse. There's could be millions and millions of universes out there. So I mean,
Yeah,
it's insane.
right. Yeah, I think seeing the speed at which, like crypto, for example, the amount of cryptocurrencies out there, that can be just like the metaverse, right? Like how it's just
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
so rapid, and it gets so big so fast. Like, you know, for what do we even invest in at this point? You know, we could speculate all we want. Like if we were just to take that model, the investing model, if there's 17,000, there's probably more, 18,000 now, but 17,000 cryptocurrencies, if we put $1 in each one, which one's gonna blow? Like we're gonna need 17 grand to invest, and then see which one is gonna like 90% of 99% of them gonna flop, and then there's that
Yep.
one or two, five, you know.
A really good example is Yuga Labs. So Yuga Labs is behind the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs, and so to put it in perspective, they are only creating 30,000 NFTs, excuse me, for their whole metaverse. And then you have the ape coin. In order to participate in their ape verse or their ape metaverse, you have to have ape coin. And so it's just, and certain parts of the metaverse is going to be, okay, if you have a bored ape, you're going to be here. If you have a mutant ape, you're going to be here. If you have the dog, you're going to be here. So I think there, as far as like investing goes, I would look into Yuga Labs and whoever is their parent company, if they have one, or if they are the parent company, because I think they're the most, I want to say advanced, but they're the most
Like they're pioneering the whole
they're pioneering, and more people trust them, I would say, you know. And then you have you have celebrities in there who are willing to invest in it, like Snoop Dogg. And I mean, Snoop Dogg is another character who is heavily involved in the metaverse. He actually has real estate in the metaverse. I don't know which metaverse. It might be Decentraland or some other one, but I know I think another bank too, like one bank. Let's see, banks who are in the metaverse.
The thing that bugs me is like I find it very hard to get investing advice from Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, I feel Snoop Dogg's pumping his positions.
You say again? I didn't hear that.
As I think Snoop Dogg's pumping his positions.
Oh yeah, so my friends who are really into NFTs, in the beginning they liked it, but then now like Snoop Dogg is getting a little red flaggy. Like he's like, I don't trust anything that comes out of his mouth. Even like Gary V friends, they're good plays, but they're beginning to use their fame and notoriety to sell the NFTs, right? And
That's what
just
it
to
is.
boost their own income. So I mean, there are a lot of red flags out there for sure. And
Mhm.
it could all come down to this is just a bubble. What if it is a bubble? I don't know. No one knows.
No
And
one
it could
knows.
just pop one day and like it could go straight to zero.
Or
Like
like,
the
yeah,
NFT world is we think crypto is crazy. Like NFT is even faster and crazier. And
Yeah,
oh my goodness,
I think
yeah.
that's a whole another topic in itself.
Yeah, we should do a topic Tuesday on NFTs and crypto, and I want to bring Chris
So,
on. So,
yeah,
Sam, yeah, we have a
we'll do
friend,
that.
Chris. He's a mutant ape holder, and he literally trades NFTs as like pretty much a part-time job. He's probably gonna convert it to a full-time job eventually, but
Oh, that's awesome because I know absolutely nothing about NFTs.
yeah, like everything, I like all that I just shared with Yuga Labs. I learned it all from him. So I mean, we got to get him on here, and then we got to do an actual proper interview with Chris because he's a
Instead of this.
solid guy and he knows what he's talking about in the NFT verse. It's just
Yeah,
mind blowing.
yeah.
But yeah, we'll wind down this conversation, man. It's a good topic. So
Good.
jumping around from everything, I like it.
No, I mean, because there's so much happening in the world right now. There's so much
Yeah.
to discuss, and so very good conversation tonight. And just touching base on inflation with trading. How do we trade to keep up with it? Um, what our expectations are. But yeah, jumping into the metaverse and NFTs, lots of good stuff. Lots of stocks are getting whacked.
Oh yeah.
What Elon's
Yeah, it's
trying
got to
to.
survive long enough to make it through the epic run back up.
That's it.
It's got to survive though.
I
That's it.
during the pandemic, sorry, just a real rant, is Robinhood popped during the pandemic because like, people were using their stimulus check, putting in Robinhood. And what happened in 2020, the fucking bull market. And so like everyone's like, oh, trading's easy, buy and hold. And now all their positions are getting wiped. So it's interesting times.
Mm-hmm.
And trading's not as easy as people are like, oh, just buy
buy 'em.
low, sell high. Like, all right.
You know why? They stopped printing money. That's why.
That's true, man.
Nah, they gonna print some more. They gonna print some more. But yeah,
So
man.
the printing the money was actually my thesis for SPY to run in 2021 the way it did. It's like if we need more money, they're gonna use more money and push more money into the market, which is actually going to cause it to rise. So,
QE.
and yeah, it did, but now we're paying for it.
It's
Yeah. I think that's just the natural cycle of the market. I think the movements that's happening now, it has happened in the past. So,
oh yeah,
traders,
right. It's humans. Humans are predictable in to a degree, and the markets are a tall tale sign of human psychology and how predictable we can be as humans.
so you just gotta sit tight, put the seatbelt buckles on, boys, and ride the train, and then get on when we see a good opportunity.
Absolutely. So next week we will be discussing EMAs.
I believe so.
That's
I
what
think
we'll
that's
get
on the
into.
calendar, bro.
That's what we'll be talking about. Just
Right.
EMAs. We'll
Stuff.
discuss. Glenn, you have EMAs on your charts, right?
Not right now. No, I don't. I have the
Oh, okay.
Keltner bands.
Oh, okay. And then
There.
Sam, you do the 9 and 20. I do the 50
Yeah.
and 100. So we'll just discuss what an EMA is next week. So if you guys are watching this recording, stay tuned on May 3rd. Next Tuesday, we'll be discussing EMAs, and it's very I started with EMAs, so it's gonna be fun to get back into EMAs.
The article that got me into trading, let's talk about EMAs. This magic number they use.
Yeah.
And so I'll be sharing that next week and showing you guys what that is. So
would love that. Right on.
That note, guys.
The magic EMA number. Glenn has it, guys. Oh shoot!
It's coming.
He didn't even tell me about it, guys. He's holding back. Oh shoot! Okay, this is gonna be exciting. 60% of the time
works every time.
Every time.
It works every time, all the time. Okay, cool. I'm excited for this one now. Ben's holding back on me, man. All right, cool, man. Hey, Sam, thanks for joining us, man. Always great conversation with you guys.
All the time.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad I found this group. You guys are great. You guys speak a lot of psychology, and it's great. This is a great conversation with you guys.
Awesome.
Looking forward to next week.
Cool. Yeah. Well, look for you in the Mighty Networks and keep posting it up.
Shoot, oh yeah, I'll be posting my last 3 trades from past couple of days.
Love it.
And it goes into the conversation of next week of writing EMAs.
Beautiful, man. Yeah, love it. Yeah, I have a bunch of losses I need to share. I'm down 5%, so I'm all willing to share that. Need to make the reality of trading, so yeah, we'll get into it. But all right, all have a good night.